niggas always talking, I'm like, fuck it, let them chat. I been getting money, you know I can live with that. Legend in my city, winning, showed it on the map. And if I leave this bitch tomorrow, they gon' quote it as a fact. I'm like, who the hell could stop me? Carbon copies on my timeline. Get up out your ego, learn to think with your divine mind. Main role in my movie, get that boot if you ain't acting right. Biting on my style, these niggas rapping with some appetite. Better know where you at night. Ride around with that strap at night. Catch me flicking ashes, dumping funky at your traffic light. Tipping out my bottle, all in honor of my dead. Swear these niggas want no drama on my mama, on your head. I was raised to be that way, you just can't hold it, G. Being a block, I'm on my pivot like I'm supposed to be. Clocking digits with them niggas who been close to me. Popping shit and putting dick all in her ovaries. But I do my thing, bitch. I'm way too played for playing around. You know my language. Just send me that bread and I'm laying it down. I hold my weight, bitch. They know my name when I'm moving through town and I don't lane switch. I'ma keep it that way till I lay in the ground. I do my thing, bitch. I'm way too played for playing around. You know my language. Just send me that bread and I'm laying it down. I hold my weight, bitch. They know my name when I'm moving through town and I don't lane switch. I'ma keep it that way till I lay in the ground. Who gon' tell your tale if you don't leave no good impression? You ain't mad at me, little bitch, you mad at your reflection. Working on my hoodoo, burning sage for my protection. But if that shit there don't work, you know we brought that Smith & Wesson. I ain't stressing, found my blessing in the lowest state. She tell me, Xavier, please come over, though she know it's late. I could've went and beat that down, instead I chose to wait. I been that nigga in my city, that ain't no debate. See, once you learn to drop your feelings, you might drop your ceilings. I talk to God about my dealings when it got my healings. Don't point my way with all that drama, I be about my commas. What's worse about your lack of papers, you ain't got no honor. But I do my thing, bitch. I'm way too played for playing around, you know my language. Just send me that bread and I'm laying it down. I hold my weight, bitch. They know my name when I'm moving through town and I don't lane switch. I'ma keep it that way till I lay in the ground. I do my thing, bitch. I'm way too played for playing around, you know my language. Just send me that bread and I'm laying it down. I hold my weight, bitch. They know my name when I'm moving through town and I don't lane switch. I'ma keep it that way till I lay in the ground. Smartphone for the dumb bread, clip full of the bad bag. Bad bitch in the bed frame, same one for the break cane. Mindset on the next move, no time for the head game. Kush pack in the backpack, nap time in the knapsack. Smartphone for the dumb bread, clip full of the bad bag. Bad bitch in the bed frame, same one for the break cane. Mindset for the next move, no time for the head game. I'm a player, you a parody. Bad bitch, two braids like a Cherokee. So much that I might need a parody. Smoke dope and I might need therapy. I be fly than a bitch, young parakeet. Apparently, these niggas don't know who I be. Last time I came to the show, see you paid at the door and I slid in no ID. You ain't cold like me. Know you see the name in neon. Prime time shit like Dion. Niggas ain't peas, they peons. Hit it in the bed, bad beyond. Neck on froze on Freon. I ain't gotta tell her that we on. Shawty know she heard of the band and the brand and the type shit we on. Fuck they be on. Got a nigga leading this shit like Eons. He a fan, he a windmill. Top down on the coast, got a wind chill. Bottom grill, big fur, nigga chinchill. Tell him simmer down, sit still. Switch flows like knobs on the faucet. Tell him I need all of the profit. I'm off for the week shit. Probably off for a week shit. With a queen at the crib, got it looking like freak Nick. My flight by the head from the runway. It's noon, getting head on a Monday. Sunbathe on the beach on a Sunday. Niggas still getting paid from the one play. Pulled up in the what you call it, eating on that, can't pronounce it. They seen I ain't announced it. Doing numbers like 8 accountants. Ducked off by the lake and mountains, might make it sound like that. knapsack. Smartphone for the done bread. Clips full of the bag bag. Bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the break hang. Mindset on the next move. No time for the head game. Clutch pack in the backpack. Nap time in the knapsack. Smartphone for the done bread. Clips full of the bag bag. Bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the break hang. Mindset for the next move. No time for the head game. I'm a vibe, I'm a trip, I'm a journey. I'm a dog at the game in the gurney. Yo, bitch probably came with the scurvy. She be playing more games than attorney. Turn up, turn wheel on the yacht deck. Cold drink, hardwood and a hot neck. Grotesque protest when I shop wreck. Gotta now give a fuck who got next. A good tall glass of the Merlot. Pin gang got the cash on turbo. Teed up with the iron like Top Golf. New whip with the top piece chopped off. Off work I came to play. 2 blunts tall Tanqueray. Don't simp get paid today. That hate can't make a stay. Out west where the Lakers stay. And I'm still up getting to the bread like aisle 3. If it ain't about that, don't dial me. Put a little right in your act, baby. Do it for your bread and your black babies. Nigga, don't flex, just build muscle. I'm up, I still hustle. Ball game like Bill Russell. Rap game on Chris Wallace. Make a nigga wanna switch wallets. Give a fuck what a bitch call it. No shit for the faint of heart. Get rich, nigga, play your part. 5 bands, 2 days apart. This shit like ancient art. And I'm still in the hood like an engine. Slide 4 deep, done division. Papa my shit for the pension. Pretty little freak in the mentions. Checking her physique in dimensions. Let a nigga peep your position. In that backpack. Nap time in the knapsack. Smartphone for the done bread. Clips full of the bag bag. Bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the break hang. Mindset on the next move. No time for the head game. Clutch pack in the backpack. Nap time in the knapsack. Smartphone for the done bread. Clips full of the bag bag. Bad bitch in the bed frame. Same one for the break hang. Mindset for the next move. No time for the head game.
Work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Ay, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for whatever, I'll be front and center. Don't fly too close to the sun, your body chopped up by propellers. Came in arrogant, but left out in the stretcher. Fuck the comparison, y'all know y'all couldn't replicate it. Chillin' in the desert, I'm good under pressure.
Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down.
That's the crown on me, wear it proud, show 'em what we bout.
Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found.
Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down.
That's the crown on me, wear it proud, fuck what they was talking about. All work, no pleasure. I ain't here to make friends, big stepper. Ay, bad guy, Heath Ledger. Ready for whatever, I'll be front and center. Quick to sever, however, whoever. Raining from above, we shooting down through your umbrella. Ay, getting fed up, nothing you could tell us. Snapping every shot I take, just wait till it develops.
Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found.
This a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down.
That's the crown on me, wear it proud, show 'em what we bout.
Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found.
Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down.
That's the crown on me, wear it proud, fuck what they was talking
Stick
about.
Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found. From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down. Stick around when we hold it down, look at what we found.
Said this a marathon, not a sprint, let's go 100 miles.
From the ground, with me to the clouds, never coming down.
That's the crown on me, wear it proud. proud, fuck what they was talking about.
Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let me stop the music. Oh, man. How y'all doing on this Thursday? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's doing fine on this Thursday afternoon. It's your guy, Big Dog Barking, straight out of Memphis 10 with another live for y'all today. And today we're going to talk about why blue chip women are rare. The high value dating market. Now, before we get into the proceedings this evening, I need y'all to hit that like button as y'all enter the building. Likes are appreciated over here. Hit this share button, you know what I'm saying? Tell somebody, tell them come put their eyes over here. And also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 1,300 by the end of the year. It's a goal of mine, you know what I'm saying? It's a slow process, but it's better than no process, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get there before January 1st, 2026, but if we don't get there, we're going to do it again next year. So help brother out. Also, if you would like to donate and join the investment circle, the cash app is at the bottom of the screen, you know what I'm saying? Hit that join up if you would like to donate to the investment circle. Excuse me. And we'll be all good. Now, let me before I get into talking about blue chip women, let me remind y'all what my content about over here. Let me remind y'all. And I know the last time I went live, I might have had a relapse of sorts. I might have went off and the old me came out. Not all of the old me, but the old me came out. And I just had to let people know is that the content I give y'all, both men and women, is straight game. It's straight game. I just wrap it up in a bow. I wrap it up in a financial style bow. Because not only do we need help in relationships, we need help with investments, financial literacy, and shit like that. And I'm not a financial advisor, so the things I say are purely opinionated. You know what I'm saying? It's anecdotal, but that's just how I feel about shit. Like I can't tell people how to invest like I invest. I'm a conservative investor. If that's not you, that's not you. I'm not giving you no advice, no stock tips, or whatever the case may be. I'm just using my tactics to tell you about how to invest in women. And I'm also using them same tactics for the women to tell women how to be better assets, for lack of the word, So what was it, Tuesday? That was Tuesday. I did live and I went off and I ain't do shit else. I dropped the pre-record. That ain't nobody to watch, but it's cool. And I went on Drip Show. Shout out my guy Drip. And had a little back and forth with some of them guys up there about the manosphere, the red pill, and what the manosphere stand for. So all day yesterday and today, I literally had to take a step back and make sure what I was saying actually made sense. Hold up. Turn this motherfucking ring off. I literally had to take a step back and make sure that how I be coming at some of these guys that's manosphere, make sure I'm right. Because I may be wrong. I just want to make sure I'm right. So, according to the information out here, the manosphere started in early 2000, late 2000s, 09. I always say it was 15 years ago. From what I hear, it was always 15 years ago. So I'm gonna go back to 2010. And for those that know, in 2012, I was going through a situation with my wife. Me and her was on the rocks. She literally told me she didn't want to be my wife no more. She rather just be my baby mama. And over time, it went from not bothering me to it actually bothering me. To the point when I would go to work, I would be mentally and emotionally frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Constantly out of my body. And this was 2012. And I'm asking guys this, I could look at like uncles and possibly granddaddies. I was asking these guys for advice because they married. You know what I'm saying? 20, 30, 40 years and shit like that. So I'm asking these guys for advice because they work with me in my department. We had conversation about all types of things, and this was one of the times I needed some help. Because the majority of my guys, majority of my partners, they couldn't help me. Like they was going through their own little situations with women. They couldn't help me. So I'm getting advice from these guys that work with me, and they telling me how they handle their situations and with their wives and shit like that. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna take what I can take, and what don't work, what I ain't gonna take, I ain't gonna take it. And some of it was working, but I still wasn't getting through to my wife. And I done told this story several times that my ex-girlfriend, the one I met when she was 14, I was 18. In 2012, she was 29. I was 33. And like I said, I've been knowing that girl since she was 14 years old. To this day. We don't talk like we used to, but I've been knowing her for a long motherfucking time. What, damn near, 30 years? Something like that. Almost close to it if it ain't 30 years. And she the one that told me I wasn't being the man she knew me as. No man told me that. No, none of my partners, none of my brothers, nobody I knew, no man that I knew actually told me that. It was my ex that told me. She said, "Big dog, the nigga you is now is not the nigga I know. Because the nigga I know don't let shit slide with no woman." And I'm trying to be nice. I stopped all my little bullshit. I said I was gonna act right for my wife, for my kids, and shit like that. They deserved it. But it was like once I went nice, once I said I was gonna cut all the bullshit out, that's when my wife jumped on me. It's like once I said I was gonna sit in the house and I wasn't gonna do nothing wrong no more, I was gonna be the nice guy. That's when my wife started busting me across the head. And I'm trying to figure it out. Why? You want me to be nice. You want me to stop doing this and stop doing that. And I said, I'm going to stop. I'm finally going to stop. And as soon as I said I'm going to stop, that's when you want to get rough with me. And it bothered me. It bothered me a whole lot because I'm trying to be a nice guy. I felt like she deserved it. And once me in the conversation me and my ex was having, she told me, "Big dog, the nigga I know don't let shit slide." She like, "Nigga, I've been knowing you since I was 14 years old." She like, "Nigga, and I know you care about me, but I know you won't let me get away with shit. Anything I do wrong, you on my head. Whether we together or not, you always been on my ass." And she respects me for that. And she was like, "Bro, why you letting her get on your head like that? Why you letting her Turn the tables on you to the point to where you don't know which way is up no more. Just hearing her tell me this over and over again put me back into my mind frame. And you know what? She right. My wife got me fucked up. My wife got me fucked up. Just because I said I'm gonna stop being an asshole, you felt like that was a perfect time to get on my ass. Once I knocked out all the threats, once it wasn't no more threats to you as my wife, when there was no more outside interference, now you want to be the badass. I went back to being an asshole. And once I got back to being an asshole, all that shit stopped. Now, my case may or may not be like a lot of men cases, to where I actually had to show my motherfucking ass for my wife to stop doing the shit she was doing. My case may or may not be like a lot of guy cases. And this was 2012. And I'm saying all that to say this about the manosphere. I understand. I have sympathy and empathy for the men in the manosphere and all these little subgroups, whether it's on Twitter or YouTube or Reddit. I have respect for the problems y'all go through in life. I do. I have empathy for y'all. I have sympathy for y'all. I understand what y'all going through, both professional and personal. I do. I'm not heartless. I'm not heartless. Whether you red pill or MGTOW or SYSBM, whatever you claiming, I understand why you claim it. But I'm also the individual that probably went through some of the shit you went through and got some of the same stories. Even though I understand where you at in life and what you're going through and how you dealing with women and all the negative that go along with the shit and the games women play and all that type of shit. I understand all that type of shit. I'm also that same guy gonna say, what you gonna do about it? I'm that guy that can sit here and hear your stories and empathize and sympathize with you all day, every day. And after I hear that shit, what you gonna do about it? Either you gonna get some act right about yourself and go out there and face the world, or you're gonna sit up here and wallow in your sorrow. The choice on you. The choice on you. I understand y'all pain. But how long you gonna stay in your pain? How long you gonna sit back on the sidelines and complain about the things that women do over and over and over again, and come to sit there and say you're not gonna indulge into the fuckery, but you still wanna be with a woman? You still want to be with a woman? Because the truth of the matter is, and I say this a lot, it's like y'all say this, y'all don't want marriage. Marriage has no benefits. I'm a married man and I don't push marriage. I'm not gonna push it. I have no reason to. Like, you want to get married, that's on you. I'm not gonna tell you to get married. You say you don't want to go out on dinner dates and trips and shit like that. The juice ain't worth the squeeze. Oh, okay, I ain't gonna argue with you on that one, because I ain't gonna tell you spend $400-500 on a dinner date and this the first date. I ain't gonna tell you that shit. This shit sounds stupid. This shit sounds stupid. I ain't gonna tell you to break yourself for a female. So again, I understand where a lot of you niggas be coming from. Again, I don't push marriage. When you listen to my content isn't pushing marriage. It's to say this: if you want a relationship that leads into marriage, you want some long-term shit, I'm trying to put you on the right track to get that. If that's not what you want, my content ain't gonna help you. The shit I say ain't gonna help you if that's not what you're looking for. I got you. If you don't want to date, I'm not gonna push you dating. I'm not gonna tell you to spend all your money on overcharged steaks and shrimp. I'm not gonna tell you to do that shit. If anything, I tell you to make a ladder and work her way up. Start off with something small, and if she down the ride, work your way up the ladder. Don't start off at the big boy shit, and there's no advancement if you starting off at the big boy shit. I'm gonna tell you that. But even with all the risk, all the negatives that y'all constantly throw out about women, just women, all the bullshit y'all can say day in and day out about women. And I say this a lot, y'all hold a little weight because I've been through the shit, my damn self. Even with all the talk that you don't want to deal with them, you don't want to play the game, you don't want to be involved with them, and all that shit right there, you on the sidelines. Even with all that talk, you still want to be with them. You still want to be with them. You still want to be up under them, on top of them, behind them, holding hands. You still want all that shit. It's just your approach have become misogynistic. Your approach to the women have become misogynistic because of past experiences, past traumas. And I called out a lot of this shit on Drip Show the other day when I was over there. I called out a lot of this shit on the panel. And every time they try to hit me with some shit, I ain't the smartest individual walking, I tell y'all that. But when it comes down to this man-woman thing, I happen to know what the fuck I be talking about. And every time they try to hit me with some manosphere talking points, I was like, bro, at the end of the day, it's gonna always go back to pussy. I don't care what you tell me. Try to make this narrative fit to where women are the problem. You still want pussy. End of story. And you want pussy from little young girls age ranging 18 to 25. Them y'all talking points. Them are your narratives, not mine. Them are your narratives and talking points, not mine. And I said I'm red pill adjacent. PUA, maybe. Maybe I am manosphere. But see, when I look at manosphere, when I start listening to manosphere content, when I started listening to red pill content, I wasn't listening because I had problems with women. I was already handling my own problems with women. I was handling my problems with my wife before I started listening to manosphere content. And that was 6 years ago. That was 6 years ago. So 2019 is when I'm listening to manosphere content. Might be 2017. If I'm be perfectly honest, it might be a little bit farther there, but I remember 2016. But I wasn't listening to manosphere content because I was having problem with women. I would listen to manosphere content because I'm a man. And I wanted to hear what other men had going on in the world to see was I'm off. See what I could do better to better myself as a man, to be a better father, to be a better husband. That's what I thought I was getting into when I started listening to manosphere content. And I heard some good things. A lot of good things. Then I started hearing the conversation about women and how extreme the conversations were. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. You mean tell me in 2019 or 2017, whenever I started listening to this shit, I want to say 2019, but it might have been 2017. But whenever I started listening to this shit, you mean to tell me that it's men out here that don't understand relationships with women? You mean to tell me it's men out here that don't understand women be with the shit? That they'll lie and talk shit, have attitudes, have multiple niggas in their face? I'm like, y'all didn't know this shit? This shit caught you by surprise? How they catch you by surprise? I'm every bit in my late 30s, early 40s when I'm listening to this shit. And I'm like, some of the shit I'm hearing, I'm like, me and my niggas was saying this shit when we were teenagers. Me and some of my guys was experiencing this shit when we were teenagers. Me and my guys were running this game when we were teenagers. We understood how women operated before we got out of high school. We might have bumped our heads and forgot some of the shit we learned because we started liking the chick. But that's what happens when you start liking a chick. You a little soft on them. You'll be a little simp, a little trick combined because you like them. That's part of it. A little simp and a little tricky because you like them. That's part of it. So I'm hearing this and I'm like, niggas really having problems. I didn't understand it. It was hard for me to understand it because I like, brother, I got my own sets of circumstance. I got my own struggles and I can able to get out of my struggles. I had women break up with me, whether it was because of me or because they were somebody else. I done tricked off. I done simped. I did everything that these men be complaining about that women take advantage of. Like, bro, yeah, I did that shit too. But what you gonna do? And instead of you trying to better yourself, which I thought what the manosphere was about, bettering yourself, I hear you bettering yourself health-wise. I hear you bettering yourself mentally. I hear you bettering yourself financially. I hear you bettering yourself all across the board except for one area, and that's in relationships. I hear you bettering yourself all across the board except when it came down your relationships with women. And then when I hear the conversation about how you deal with women, I'm like, nigga, that's stupid. I'm sitting here listening to individuals give y'all bad advice with women. And just from this conversation I had on Drip Show, everything is a woman's problem. Everything is the woman's fault. Everything. It ain't never your fault. It ain't never your fault. And I sit back and like, bruh, that's impossible. that every situation you find yourself in, you ain't got nothing to do with. It ain't never your fault. It's women's fault. They fucking you over. They did you dirty. Did that and the thing. I'm like, nah, bro. I understand there's some bad women in the world. I know that. But then every woman you talk to is bad. Every woman you talk to is a manipulator. Every woman you talk to is a gold digger. Every woman. Every woman. And then on top of that, you say you love black women so motherfucking much, but every chance you get, you talk bad about black women. You'll prop up the Latinas and the white tees, even the Asians over them. But you say you love them. But you talk so bad to them. And I hear a lot of elementary shit. Like pulling their ponytails in class or throwing a rock at them. Or saying she got cooties. That's what I hear when I hear these grown men talking about women. It's elementary. That's just like the little show on Netflix me and my son watch. I can't think of the name of it, but old boy went to jail for deleting a little girl because he was listening to the Red Pill. He was listening to Andrew Tate. It's on Netflix. I can't think of the name of it right now. And you can see how listening to this shit over and over again, even as a young boy, warped their mind to where she doing me so wrong because I like her and she don't like me back. And since she don't like me back, I'm gonna do her some harm. This is a movie, a little limited series on Netflix. I can't think of, I think it's called Adolescence, where this little boy listened to Andrew Tate, the whole Red Pill, and deleted a little girl in his classroom because she didn't show him no attention. She wouldn't mess with him. He liked her, but she wouldn't mess with him. And he took her off the map because she didn't like him back. It's stories in Memphis right now of girls getting beat up by guys because they won't give out their phone number to them. I know for a fact, a couple of streets over from my house, a girl got deleted. A girl got deleted. A couple of who is this? Hold up, let me see something. I agree. I agree. Women do have the freedom. Black women do have the freedom to date who they want to date. Give me 1 minute. Let me see what my son want. Let me text him back. I ain't feel like talking to him. Give me 1 minute. But yeah, that was just a limited series that me and my son watched. That let me know is that y'all don't want to correct yourselves. Y'all don't want to look at yourself in the mirror and fix the problems y'all have. Y'all don't want to do that. Y'all don't want to do that. That's too much like right to hold yourself accountable for your own failings. We're not perfect. We got flaws and shit like that. You don't want to fix your flaws. You just want to sit here and say, she overlooked me. And I'm mad because I like her and she overlooked me. Bruh, you know how many times I got overlooked in life by girls? I get up here and talk my shit. Every time I be up here, I talk my shit. Because I done had success with women. But I didn't come out the gate having success with women. This shit had to be built over time. I had to go through some shit to get to where I could be able to be cocky and conceited and arrogant and narcissistic and all that type of shit. All the little labels that women put on niggas. Yeah, I had to get there. I had to work my way up to that level. To where I'm a shit talking ass individual. Where I can sit up here and talk shit to a female and say, your pussy don't impress me. I got myself right, and over time got myself better with women by getting myself right as a man. By understanding what women like and what women don't like. And still knowing I'm not gonna get everyone I talk to. I'm gonna get overlooked. I'm gonna get bypassed. I'm gonna be told no. It's part of it. That's why I sit up here and say I don't hate women. I can't hate them. I like them. I like being around them. I like touching on them. I like smelling them and shit like that. I love women. I can't hate them. No matter all the little bullshit they do, I still can't hate them. And part of the manosphere is knowing the little bullshit women do and adjusting to that shit and adapting what you learned and keep it pushing. That's the part of the manosphere. That's the part of the red pill and MGTOW and all that shit right there that I realize y'all exclude from male development, from male improvement. Is that part is that when it comes down to dealing with women, you ain't got to be better than what you are. You could be the same mediocre, average dude. And if a woman don't mess with you, it's because she's stupid. That's what's being pushed. So now when I have these conversations with guys and I hear that type of shit come out, that no matter what, it ain't never my fault as the man. They just need to act right. They just need to do better. They just need to pick better and did. And I'm like, what are you holding yourself accountable for? I ain't did nothing wrong. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do as a man. Well, if you're doing what you're supposed to do as a man, why are you still having problem with women? They don't want to act right. They think they too much. They working too much. They making too much money. They got too much autonomy. What? So a woman actually developing other skills outside of making dinner from scratch and being tied down to the bed and popping out babies every 9-10 months. So they doing other shit outside of that. It's a problem. And you ain't adjusted to what they're doing. You haven't adjusted to what women are doing. One thing I understood is that if you fail to change, you're not gonna go nowhere. If you don't adjust and adapt to shit that's going on in a personal or professional situation, you're not gonna make it. You're gonna fall off. You seen the story of Blockbuster Video, how when Netflix came around and bringing in the DVDs and shit like that, Blockbuster felt like DVDs wasn't gonna be shit. A whole new medium of entertainment. Blockbuster like, we still gonna push out these videos. We still gonna do these 3-day rentals. And before you look up, Netflix done took over on their motherfucking ass. Now they play catch up. You thought Netflix was a joke. We went from Betamax to VHS to DVD to Blu-ray. It was an evolution. Same entertainment, evolution. And see, when you're not looking at evolution, you're gonna fall off. You're not gonna make it to the next fight, to the next phase. You're stuck. When I hear people say the traditional shit, it's like, bro, we're not going back to the 40s and 50s where y'all feel like niggas had a lot of say so and control and shit like that. We're in 2025. Women actually doing shit. You have to accept it. I'm not a feminist, but I understand the game. Been understood the game for a long time. Cause when I sit up here and say every woman has value, motherfuckers tell me they don't. Like her intelligence has no value, her money has no value. Her what she say don't have no value. The only thing she got value is what's between her legs and what she can make on the stove. And if she don't do none of that type of shit, she a problem. She a problem. She's a problem. You don't like problems. You can't stand problems. You don't want to deal with problems. And I done said this analogy numerous times, like I said about slavery. Slaves wasn't a problem until they became free. Slaves wasn't a problem until they became free. Now they a problem. Now they ain't shit. But as long as they were picking the cotton and feeding the chickens and cooking the food and keeping the house clean, they were good little niggas. And the minute they got off the plantation, them niggas ain't shit. Same, I don't like using that analogy, but that's the same thing. As long as you had control over the women, they were good women. And as soon as feminism and liberation came along and tell women they could do actually more, they problems. I'm just telling you what I know. I thought the man of spirit was to help men become better men. All around the board. Not help them get financially better or physically better and mentally better. All that, but exclude the part of relationships. Exclude that part. We're not gonna work on that part. We're gonna work on everything else. But when it comes down to dealing with women, we don't need to work on that shit. That's all women fault. That's all women fault. We ain't working on that part. And like I said, I have nothing personal against guys that rep this shit. But how is it working for you? How is it working for you that you ain't trying to better your situation with women? You ain't actually trying to talk a little bit more. You actually don't want to spend money unless you're getting some pussy. But if I tell you to go and trick off, then you'll have a little frown on your face and be like, I don't trick off. I ain't doing all that type of shit. But again, y'all say it's transactional. And you don't want none of the traditional. You don't want to get married. You don't want to date. You don't want to do all that type of shit. But at the same time, you don't want to do that shit and then say it's transactional. And when I tell you we're gonna spend the bread so you can get what you want, then it's like I'm above that. How you gonna get? How you gonna get any? Whether it's short term or long term, how you gonna get anything out of women when you don't even want to do simple shit with women? Even if you want a roster of women, you won't do simple shit. You want to do simple shit. That's my only gripe with the manosphere. That's my only gripe with the manosphere, with red pill and all that type of shit. Is that part right there? Is that you still living off of childhood trauma as an adult man and using your childhood trauma to tell a younger generation of men they have no shot in women unless they meet the eye test or a broken man that need to be taken care of. Because anything in the middle, you shit out of luck. When you sit up here and tell young men that 80% of the women want 20% of the men, and then when you ask them what does that 20% look like, the response is any nigga that can get pussy. That's the most vaguest answer I ever heard. And y'all sticking on it. Think about this shit. You learn to get better at every part of your life except the part that you value the most. Pussy. And a guy like me, guys like me that's telling you, hey, bro, the ups and downs of women is going to always be there. It is what it is. You ain't going, as long as you deal with them, you're not going to escape that shit. You learn shit, you try shit. If it work, keep using it. If it don't work, throw it away and try something else. That's part of it. Just like everything else is part of it. And why you able to listen to every other part of life except this part? To where it's like, no, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Why? Why it not gonna work? Why it not gonna work? Because women have the freedom to tell you no. Women have the right to leave you alone if you ain't holding up your end of the bargain. That's the problem. That's the problem. If that's the problem, then guess what? Y'all gonna be shit out of luck for a minute until they start making these robots that ain't gonna tell you no, that you willing to spend 10 racks on just so you can have a woman to tell you yes all the time. Just keep waiting. Have fun. Pay the extra for the D cups or the blonde hair. Pay a little extra for the little 40-inch ass. Pay it on. You got it. You got it. You gonna hear me say nothing bad about you. You got it. That's money well spent, I guess. You got it. At least she ain't gonna never tell you no. It is what it is, though. But the one thing I did learn though is this right here, and I heard a couple of guys say this. There's manners for content creators. Is that the ones that still get in their box, the ones that sit up there and tell you to avoid women because they with shit, they getting little box. What I heard is this right here. They go after the same women that they tell you to avoid. I'm gonna let that sit around your brain a little bit. The niggas that make the content y'all listen to, the same ones that tell you to avoid certain women, are going after the same women they tell you to avoid. And that was something I told them. It was like, you're gonna tell the 18 to 25-year-old men to leave the 18 to 25-year-old girls alone, just so you can turn them back around and go get one of the 18 to 25-year-old girls. Do what you do with her, send her back to the streets for the 18 to 25-year-old boys to deal with them after you done did what you gonna do to them. I didn't even heard one guy say, yeah. And once they get in their 30s, they repeat the cycle. I said, that's some crazy work. That showed a lot of hurt. That showed a lot of hurt. For you to co-sign that shit, for you to say, I'm gonna tell these young guys to leave these young girls alone, so a guy that's mid-age can go get them, have their fun with them, throw them back in the streets for the young guy to get hold of them and tell them they some hoes. And now the young guy that's dealing with them and all the shit that they done went through with a nigga that's two times older than them, they get to call them hoes too. Interesting. So all this shit, y'all done set this shit up to make the women look like hoes, no matter what. Because you grown ass nigga get hold of and you want to spend money on them, and you know they'll do something strange for a piece of change. That's why y'all always saying that a young nigga ain't got no bread. Trust me, I've been told this shit several times. You got bread to make them, bands to make them dance, right? You get to have a little fun with them. Do what you do with them, send them back. Now the niggas they age get to dealing with them. And once they start asking them for money and shit like that, once they start asking for money to afford a lifestyle that you old nigga created, now they say they money hungry. Y'all trying to create a market of hoes. Y'all trying to create a dating market full of hoes. Which leads me into my topic about why a blue chip woman is rare. The high value dating market. Y'all hit that like button, you know what I'm saying? Hit that share button. And the problem with this is right here, like I was just saying, is y'all chasing behind the hoes. Y'all don't want the women that's worth anything. Y'all want the hoes. Y'all want the penny stocks. Y'all want the dots, the little junks. Y'all want them. Y'all want them. You want them. The ones that look good, the ones that titties sitting upright, the one the ass ain't sagging and shit like that, the one that's you young and cute, attractive, and dumb. You want them. You want the market to be full of them. Penny stocks and speculative stocks. You want the market to be full of women that has little to no potential to be great women, but got a banging body. You want a market full of women that have little to zero potential to be great women, but got a banging body. You want them to have no money. You want them to be dumb as a box of rocks. The only skill they can have is cooking and sucking dick. And you're satisfied. You don't want them to have potential to be anything other than that. And then to turn around and say, the reason I ain't in no relationship, the reason I ain't trying to get married is because the market is full of hoes that you're chasing. Because all the women that not only look good but have something going on with themselves, you bypass them because they got standards. They got morals, they got value. You're not attracted to that shit. You don't like that shit. Oh no, you don't like women that actually got something outside of looks. That's too much. No, you don't want them. You want one of them little hoes. You want one of them little hoes to just cook and be your personal toy. She can't have no other skills outside of that. And this is you saying this is the market is full of these type of women that you literally want. Just think about it. When they ask who turned the market into what it is, who created this fucked up dating market? Was it the women or the men? Was it the women or the men? Women are emotional creatures. They like attention. They like emotional intelligence. Okay. You supposed to know that. And me just going and having a talk about some shit right fast. When I sit there and said I'm an emotional manipulator. I know women like attention and emotions. I gave them that to get what I wanted out of them. And again, it worked both ways. It worked for when I did it and got the box. I'm an emotional manipulator. When I do it and don't get it, I'm a simp. You feel what I'm coming from? I'm going to say that again. When I emotionally manipulated women to get the box, I get praised. But if I'm running my mouth and giving out my attention and emotion to a female and I don't get none, I'm a simp. I'm doing the same shit. If I get it, I'm a player. I got away with words. If I don't get it, I'm a simp and a sucker. I know women like attention. I know women are emotional. I'm just doing what they like on that end. If it pays out, I got away with words. I just say the right shit at the right time. If it don't work, I'm a sucker for love. Who say that but niggas? Niggas pat me on the back when I get it, but just running my mouth. Niggas call me a sucker for love when I don't get it and I've been on the phone cupcaking. You feel what I'm saying? But I know that women are emotional creatures and they like to hear little lies, little white lies, little sweet nothings in there. I know they like that shit. It pay off here and I miss over there. It is what it is. It is what it is. The whole tricking aspect of it. If I spend money and get it, I just get it. Call me a trick, call me what you want to, but I got it. If I spend money and don't get it, I'm still gonna be a trick. I'm still gonna be a trick. Y'all want to chase after these low class, low value women by doing the same shit I used to do with women, regardless of the class. Because I know women like attention, they emotional, and they like money. Regardless of the class of women, they like attention, emotional intelligence, and money. All of them do. All of them do. Y'all like chasing the ones that got no standards. Y'all like chasing little junks. In a market y'all created by manipulation. In a market that men created through manipulation. Cause what you gonna tell me? Cause the makeup is the bigger manipulation than me telling the woman sweet nothings and me lying to them. The makeup and the wigs is the bigger manipulator because I don't know exactly how she look versus me telling her a bunch of bullshit just to get what's between her legs. What are we talking about? We talking about physical manipulation and mental manipulation, emotional manipulation. When I had my little tangent about psychology when I was going off the other day, this is what I was trying to tell you. If I know exactly what women like from my DNA, I'm gonna get what I want. You're trying to manipulate the market to get what you want physically. I manipulated the market to get what I want overall. You're trying to manipulate women to get what you want physically. I manipulated women to get what I want, period. We're two different niggas. We're two different niggas. I like pussy just like you do. But pussy don't control me. I can't even begin to tell a nigga what good pussy is. I don't know. I don't know. And I know some niggas right now like, damn, big dog, you don't know what good pussy is? I really don't. Is it supposed to make me bust fast? I bust slow? Like it take me a long time to bust? Is it the different positions? Is it, I don't know. Is it the grip? How wet it can get? I don't know what good pussy is. Couldn't tell you. I don't know. I done been inside pussy that made me nut fast. I done been inside pussy that I had to long stroke that shit. Been in that motherfucker down the hour. I done had some super soaker pussy. And I had some shit that was dry. I done had some shit that had that gorilla grip on it. And I had some shit that was loose as a motherfucker. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is to stick that motherfucker and then let it work. That's all I know. That's all I know. And to do enough to get the call back. That's all I know. When it came down to having sex, is to do enough to get her to call you back. That's all I knew. Do enough to get her to call you back. That's all I knew. That's all I did. I did enough for me to get another phone call. For another knock on the door. That's all I know. What good pussy is, I don't know. Take that with what my great grandmama told me about pussy. It's like, nigga, this the only time you need a woman is for that. It ain't that special. Okay. I don't value it the same way a lot of niggas value it. Is you thirsty nigga that fucked up the market and try to turn all the women into hoes so you can be easy to get pussy and hard to get a good woman. I didn't manipulate it. I didn't fuck it up for you niggas. I had the girlfriends, yeah, they were my girlfriend, but overall, I didn't fuck up the game for niggas so they couldn't get pussy. I didn't put the extra charge on pussy to where you gotta go take them to Nobu and Ruth Chris and all that. I didn't do that. Y'all did that. Cause that shit meant more to you than the relationship. You getting able to smash meant more than you actually being in a relationship with them. Maybe because of some shit you saw with your mama or your big sister, whatever the case may be. I don't know why your relationship fucked up with women, but somehow, somewhere down the line, you want to blame liberation and feminism for why they saying what they saying and doing what they doing. You still a nigga. You still a nigga. I'm always saying I'm still a nigga. And I still want it. But I ain't finna crash out to get it. I'm not finna sit up and say, oh, they terrible because they won't give me none. I don't do that. I adjust and adapt. Cause see, the blue chip woman, the one that's rare, the one y'all say y'all can't find, she has more than just looks. She had more than looks. She's an emotional creature. She just ain't an emotional crash out. She's loyal. She's stable. She's boring. But she give you everything you need for the long run. Plus, she look good. Plus, she got stuff going on for herself outside of her body. Plus, she got a little education. Plus, she got a little money. Plus, she got a little attitude. She worth something. She rare. But the market been manipulated to make all the women hoes. So you won't feel guilty of just smashing and dashing if all of them hoes. If all of them low value and low class and shit like that, no standards and shit like that, then you won't feel bad doing the shit you do to them. It's just part of the game. That's you just denying accountability for your bullshit. And then to get up here crying and complaining, talking about I can't find no good woman because all of them hoes. But since all of them hoes, I'm just gonna run through them. Think about the logic. I want a good woman, but I can't find them because all the women hoes. And since all the women hoes, I ain't gonna do nothing but have sex with them until I find a good woman. But you're not looking for a good woman. It's too much trouble. You gotta do too much. You don't want to deal with a woman that got standards. You don't want to deal with a woman that got some actually shit about herself outside of her body. No, that's too much. You don't want to deal with all the extra shit. You want easy access. And if it's good, then you'll make a decision on whether or not you want to make her girlfriend, wifey material. Why is not the other way around? Why is it so hard for you to get to know the women? To see which one fits for what type of nigga you is. Why is that hard? Why is that so hard? Because again, I only had so many girlfriends, but the ones I claim to be girlfriends actually fit for what type of dude I am. That's why I can sit here and say, yeah, I had a lot of girls and I had a few girlfriends. When I claim you as mine, yeah, it's something about you that fits something about me that I'm willing to simp a little bit and trick a little bit and show you off and take you around my folks and do all that good shit. It's something about you that makes me want to be around you outside of just what's between your legs. You actually got some value for me to call you my girlfriend. Because I know I'm gonna get that. I know I'm gonna get that. That's nothing special. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that. It comes with it. But I understand, yeah, I don't want to be the nigga that get invested in a relationship with a woman and then when y'all start having sex, it ain't good. It ain't good. Or you don't want to get invested into a woman that had niggas before you because now you can't be the best dick she ever had by default. You can't want hoes and virgins. You can't have it both ways. You can't have a low class woman have high standards, and then the ones with high standards you want them to be low class women. You can't have it both ways. You can't sit here and try to manipulate the market to where all the women are trash and say, because all the women trash, I can't get a good woman. So I'm just gonna smash and dash. until I find the right one. But I ain't gonna go through all the necessities to try to find the right one. I'm not gonna simp. I'm not gonna trick. I'm not gonna spend no money. I'm not gonna spend no time. When I find the right one, she gonna drop down on her knees and bless me. She gonna praise me to be in her existence, and I ain't gotta do shit. Yeah. Yep. That's where y'all at. But the ones that worth something, the women that worth something, y'all scared of them. You scared of them. You'd rather spend your time and money and your energy chasing behind the little junts, hoping that you get hold of one and they actually become the good woman that you say you can't find. But as long as she don't have any standards and she don't grow any, she don't grow in value, she don't have no morals and shit like that, as long as she stay the little junt that you picked up and never mature, never get any better, you can keep on saying you can't find the one you want. And ain't that crazy that y'all use that same ideology, that same psychology to say women, because they can't find the 666 dude, ain't gonna act right. Ain't that crazy? Because you can't find a good woman, you ain't gonna act right. So you'll keep messing around with low-class women and say the market is full of them, but if she don't hurry up and drop off the pussy, you don't want her. And if the pussy ain't good, you ain't gonna keep her. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I could talk about this shit all day. And I see that it take for me to get into my nigga shit for y'all to really pay attention to me. Cause me trying to be calm, cool, and collected, y'all want to hear that shit. Y'all want me to get into some nigga shit. It cool. I get into it sooner or later. Yeah, they just gotta piss me off. You know what I'm saying? They just gotta say some dumb ass shit for me to get into my nigga shit. That's all. Let's say some dumb ass shit for me to get into my nigga shit. Maybe I start getting into my nigga shit next week. I don't know. Maybe I'll go and give y'all what y'all want, nigga shit. But I'm still not gonna say women the problem. I ain't gonna say nigga the problem. I'm still gonna be on that. I'm just gonna be a little bit more blunt, a little bit more greedy, a little bit more I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I do that. But anyway, I'm finna get up out of here. I'm finna eat me some turkey, bacon, avocado. Yesterday was Linear Day. So me and my son got us a couple of sandwiches. So I'm finna go in here and eat a sandwich I bought yesterday. Like, share, subscribe, and I will get up with y'all good people in another time.
My skin is black. Doctor?
Light nigga, young nigga, full nigga, real nigga, rich nigga, poor nigga, house